Now, I know this is going to be a bold claim, maybe, but I do think that Zenless Zone Zero is going to be a very original game. There are multiple elements that led me to believe that they are at least trying to be original, trying to break the mold a little bit, trying to redefine what a gacha game means. Because at the end of the day, if you think about it, gacha is just a monetization type, right? Gacha throughout the years became a full pack. Like, what gacha means: anime girls, big boobs, and husbandos, big pectorals, and huge S's, and then a combat is either 2D or 3D or like action or turn-based, and then it's open world or it's not open world, and that is a gacha. No, gacha is just a monetization, because it's a gachapon. You're like rolling, spinning, trying to be lucky, paying the ticket and trying to be lucky, right? So I feel like Zenless Zone Zero is trying to be original, as much as original as they can be, okay? And that's why a lot of people don't seem to get it, and they are very skeptical. You will see a lot of people being skeptical of the game success. I mean, I'm not saying that it's going to be successful. I'm saying that they're trying to be original, right? It's completely different. So maybe it will fail. Maybe it will succeed. Who knows? I would like for it to succeed so every game can thrive and like inspire each other, right? I don't understand why they always have, no, that one cannot succeed, all in this one. But why do I think that Zenless Zone Zero is going to be original? Because I've been seeing a lot of very weird posts in a good way. Weird posts. And in a recent interview, the director, Lee, actually has expressed his drive to make an original game, and he wanted to make a game very, very enjoyable. And the inspiration of the game are Digimon World and Street Fighter, basically. People were thinking that it was going to be Persona because of the stylish approach of the game, the urban aspects, the good music, right, on certain maps. People were thinking it was Persona, but it's actually Digimon World and Street Fighter, because the director of Zenless Zone Zero played a lot of Street Fighters in general, not 6. Street Fighter in general, like thousands of hours, I believe, from an interview. And they were talking about like how this impacted the way they made the game, like the way they made the combat, the way the combat is going to be more visceral, is going to feel more impactful, more meaty, and they're focusing on like actual frame data, frame impact, and they are doing their work based on and being inspired from Street Fighter and other games as well. Okay, so that's why I am feeling that they're gonna try to break the mold a little bit. They're also collabing with Tiesto. Tiesto, I believe it's called, right? It's
the entrance to the next.
It's gonna be like they're collabing with like world-renowned DJs. They're also talking about possibility of multiplayer, for example. One thing that I particularly want to share is that the multiplayer battle mode is already under development. What is this multiplayer battle mode? Are we battling each other? Is that going to be like it's going to be one in the arcade when we can actually like fight each other with the characters? I don't know if that's going to be viable because of constellations and weapons and signature weapons and whaling. Maybe we'll be able to play them with like a predetermined and like equalized gear. I don't know. Maybe that's not even a PvP. Maybe it's just multiplayer, because Zenless Zone Zero CBD3 had multiplayer battles in the sense of that you queued and you could matchmake with the other two people, and you would fight a boss, a singular boss, and you would see like you would only control one character, and the other guy would control one character, and the third guy would control one character, and you could just play together. And the way the chain works, it would be like when you stun the boss, so you trigger the chain, whatever character you're using, the other guy now gets the prompt as well, and they can come in jump in the combo, and then they are going to trigger the combo for the third guy, and the third guy is going to get the prompt as well. Is going to decide if he wants to intervene or not, right? That's how it worked. Now that was though CVT3, so I am expecting a big expansion of that one. I am expecting a big expansion of the end game, and I don't even know what to expect after that, because like all the originality they are conveying that they want to do, it's going to be like, how can I predict it, right? It could be anything. Considering that they are breaking the mold of gacha, I cannot even predict, because I'm going to have to base my guesses on existing gachas, which they are not trying to get stuff from, potentially, right? So all of these elements combined together, you get a very different picture. You are getting a picture of a game that is trying to be original. It doesn't matter if the combat is not hard, or like the combat is like less in-depth than Wuba, or less in-depth than Genshin because it doesn't have the elemental reaction. It doesn't matter. The game has to be fun. If the game is fun and it hits just right, then it doesn't matter what they do. And I would rather a game of this scale, of this budget, because it's a Hoyo game, so there's gonna be millions of budget getting poured into the game. I feel like I would rather get this and risk it and gamble for a potential really cool game than just getting another gacha game that looks the exact same as the other 50 behind him, right? On top of that, we have also extra meta thing that they are doing, and I think they will do. I feel like they will try to break the fourth wall. They try to like leak the game into reality. It's going to be an ARG, I believe it's called. I think they're going to try to do that because, as you can see here on the Bilibili channel, they already made the idol account. So for those of you that don't know, we are eventually going to get an idol faction with idols. I'm guessing battle idols, unless this faction is only going to be made for live streams. I don't know. I don't know if they might be just live stream idols, but I don't know if you saw, I might pop it here in while I'm talking, like how they look. Some official sketches from Bilibili in the past they shared. But as you can see here, they are already starting to make like faction accounts. This is not Zenlin Zone Zero. This is called the cutest bunny in the absolute zone, which I was probably going to be like the cutest bunny is in the Zenlin Zone Zero, something like that, right? So that's how it's gonna be, and they are already posting stuff that is completely unrelated to the game. They're just doing like pretending to be a real idol group, right? Maybe they will be in the future. So all of this element combined, all of these past inspirations, all of this like collabs or potential collabs with stuff that is not just gaming related, you know, like actual DJs, very famous DJs, other games that are outside the gacha sphere. I feel like that's what Zenless Zone Zero is trying to do. And I am very excited about it, just because I don't know what to expect. Otherwise, it would be like, hey, okay, it would be alright. We need some endgame and some cool characters, right? Sure, they are going to do the classic stuff for the gacha. Yes, they said that they're gonna try to make characters that we have never seen before, which makes me kind of excited, because it would be nice to have something different besides all the like 55,000 females and 55,000 males that look relatively the same. I would like to see more original outfits, more original designs. Like for example, Ellen is really original in my opinion. Billy, it's original in my opinion. Sure, maybe you can say, oh, but it looks exactly like this and that. Sure, but in a gacha game, it would be more fun to have characters like cool, strong, original. They're really good at the like fun to play, right? So it doesn't have to be one of each. It can just be very hot, very fun, very cool, right? So I hope to see some really interesting things we don't know if they're going to do a actual collab with Street Fighter, at least not yet. But considering how heavy the director is being inspired by Street Fighter in general, maybe in the future we'll get maybe not a full-on collab with like actual characters coming into the game, even though I think it would actually work, unironically. It could work easily. But maybe we'll do some arcade. Maybe they'll do an arcade, right? They could do just another game into arcade and just playing like Tekken or Street Fighter, right? They are arcade games, right? So let me know what you think. Do you agree with what I'm saying? Do you think the game is gonna be original? I'm not saying it's gonna succeed or be good or bad. Just like reply to this question. Do you think the game is going to be original? Now that you know all the information that I brought to you today, do you think it's going to be original? Because I think it's going to be original. I think at least they're going to try to be original. You can tell that the game is going to be trying to break the mold of gacha games. So that is it. That was a little bit of news. Thank you for watching. You do the usual stuff, like, subscribe, follow my Twitch at twitch.tv/Jakazin. More videos to come. Follow for more ZZZ. Thank you for watching and see you next time.